Penn State leads it after set number 1 on top 1-0, a 25-17 win. A big reason why the play of Ariel Scott, 6 kills on 9 airless swings.
Yeah, just watch her here. She takes huge swings on the ball, and sometimes she actually places the ball into the open area of Nebraska's court. But what is really impressive is when she hits out of the backcourt, like right here. There's 2 blockers on her, but she ends up hitting a sharp angle. That is talent.
And Audrey, we've seen Ariel Scott put together these kind of performances, but she usually starts slowly, so this is even more encouraging for Penn State. Look at those numbers there. The hitting percentage for Penn State well in favor of the Nittany Lions, and then blocking 5-1 for Penn State.
Okay, so why is Penn State ahead with these blocks? It's because they're actually winning the game within the game, the serve-pass game. Right now, Penn State's serving incredibly tough. It takes Nebraska out of system. Their passing has been so bad that they are now running a very predictable offense. So Penn State's blockers are camped on the outside, and they're able to get those big blocks.
Penn State will continue to serve aggressively throughout this match. Nebraska, on the other hand, not one of the most aggressive teams you see from the service line. They fall last in the Big Ten in service aces. Now, that's not necessarily a testament to their overall serving, but they're going to need to serve tough in the rest of this match.
Yeah, try and do something to get a team off balance. One strategy would be to serve some short and reel the passers in, and then serve some deep. Another strategy is to just serve in between 2 players in the seams. So right now, they really have to take some risks on the service line to try and get this Penn State team out of system.
Ready for set number 2 as the setter for Nebraska, Lauren Cook, daughter of head coach John Cook, heads back to serve. Tough serve there from Nebraska. Glendon now. And Cuso. Hancock looks for Glendon again. Touch off the block. Worth with a great dig in the back row. And Cuso now out of play. Nebraska wants the touch. They won't get it.
Man, in that rally, we saw the setters going after the ball on both sides of the net. You had Cook really running balls down, and also for Penn State, my goodness, she was going hard for it. Micah Hancock really struggling to get the ball, but ends up putting up a great set.
Cuso, good swing and kill.
Nebraska, out of that serve-receive pattern, will run Mancuso out of the middle. There you see she's typically an outside hitter. A good changeup. Nice strategy by Lauren Cook to set Mancuso in a different spot along the net.
Looks for Slay, tough pass, but she still gets the kill.
Where that tip has worked for her a couple times. Again, if you're tipping the ball when the block is coming down, it's really hard for the block to control it. So nice heads-up play there by Katie Slay.
Of course, Katie Slay was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week just a couple of weeks ago. With 18 kills, hit 500 with 11 blocks last week for the Nittany Lions. And Hancock won't get that ace. Huskers send over the free ball. Scott puts it down. Ariel Scott cannot be slowed so far.
Yep, and when you send a free ball over, again, Hancock is serving. You send that free ball over if you're Nebraska. This is what's going to happen. Penn State in system, setting their big go-to hitter, Ariel Scott.
Nebraska able to receive that one. Mancuso rolls it over. Back to Scott again with the tip for the kill. She has that big swing, and often she goes out there and shows it, but the tip really affected that time.
Yeah, it worked for Katie Slay, so why not put the tip over the block and see if Nebraska's team can run it down.
This time Hancock long, but that's going to happen when you serve as tough as she does. From time to time, you're just going to miss it or put it into the net. She has that green light anytime from the back row. Hancock to the plate, and this time stuck by Worth. Solo block by Hannah Worth, and that may be just what Nebraska needs.
And it was a good call by Russ Rose. We have the vantage point. We can hear what he's saying over here. We're really close to the bench. And he said, set our star who hasn't gotten enough swings right now, McClendon.
Tough serve this time from McClendon. Back sent over to Brookhouse. Longo now to Scott. Stuck again. Nebraska gets the block going.
Yeah, Delano got her hands on that one. And really, Scott had nowhere else to go with this. It was slightly underset and into the court. I know she's disappointed about that, but after all, it is her first error of the match.
Delano, a two-time All-American for the Huskers. And off-season shoulder surgery. Whitney worked with a good up there for Nebraska. Both gets the chance on the swing. Back row for McClendon. Work with another chance off the Penn State block. Longo bump set, goes to Scott, stopped by Work. Nebraska's block making the difference in set 2.
Yeah, Scott's timing slightly off there. Non-setter was touching the ball. It's set very high. And there you see Nebraska's block dominating. And did you see Cook in the background? Always the cheerleader out there. She's pumping her team up, celebrating that block.
Service error by Nebraska. Penn State on top 6-4 in set number 2. They took set 1, 25-17. Lions trying to avenge an earlier loss to Nebraska in Lincoln. The Cornhuskers won in the Big Ten opener in 5 sets. Cook goes to Work. Great up by Longo. Hancock now to Whitney. Work with another chance and she puts it down. Hannah Worth does it everywhere on the floor for Nebraska.
Yeah, she just turned it up a notch, didn't she? Boy, those last 2 swings, the last one terminating, but the one before that, boy, that was a hard hit. And Longo denying her a back kill, but the second one, wow, just a complete rocket that she sent over.
That was Hannah the Hammer in Lincoln, Nebraska. Hancock now on the inside to Grant. Whitney taps it over. Worth is there. Cook with the back set over to Brookhouse, who puts it away. Nebraska getting a little rhythm here finally, and Cook with a very nice pass to Morgan Brookhouse.
Well, let's take a look at this. Brookhouse getting the hand of the block. Again, it deflects, and those are really hard to get. It's sort of like, you know, it ricochets so quickly that the defense doesn't know where it's going.
Service error on Hannah Worth, and Penn State takes back the service and the lead in set 2. Kristen Carpenter will check into the match for the Nittany Lions. She gets an ovation, especially after what she did last year as the setter for Penn State, leading them to their 4th consecutive national title. She's moved into more of a DS role this season, but still a big impact player for Penn State.
Well, absolutely. She started off as a DS and then became a setter, and now a serving specialist.
And she's doing her job so far with that service ace. Gives Penn State the 2-point lead.
Again, it's that top spin serve that goes between the seam of the passers. Nebraska really having fits right now with Penn State's outstanding service game.
This one way out of play, though, by Kristen Carpenter. So even there between Kristen Carpenter on her 2 serves. Gets a point and loses one. A 1-point lead now in set number 2 for Penn State.
And you wonder if Rose will sub her out and put Scott back in, because Scott is such an offensive weapon. And right now, she's not on the floor.
Former walk-on for the Huskers, Paige Hubble back serving. Hancock to Whitney, the freshman. Bump set from Brookhouse to Mancuso. Longo with a good up. McClendon stopped. Combination of Tramer and Mancuso.
Yeah, that's a tough block right there. You know, we're focusing a lot on the net play, but it's outstanding right now. This is as good as it gets in college ball. Take a look at this block, hip to hip, reading the play perfectly, and penetrating at the point of attack.
It was 5-1 in favor of Penn State after set 1 in terms of blocks. Now it's 5-4 as Nebraska really playing well at the net in the second set. Tapped over by Whitney. swing. Cook goes to Brookhouse. Long and out of play, and an error on the Huskers.
Well, it is a back and forth battle. This is what I expected, what I was hoping for, and boy, what a treat it is.
Of course, in that first meeting, Nebraska took the first 2 sets. Almost looked like they were going to sweep the Nittany Lions in Lincoln. It was a 12-5 advantage at one point in set number 3. But the Huskers saw Penn State come back. A big reason why Ariel Scott in set 3 and 4. Gonzalez serving for Penn State. Cook goes on that slide to Tramer. Overpass. Penn State with the block.
Tramer had a nice swing on the ball, but Carpenter denied her. Take a look at this again. She tried for that overpass kill. Lights out.
Audrey, we head to Twitter for a question for you in a moment. As Gonzalez sends that one over. Tramer off the slide. Longo able to get a hand on it. And McClendon get it to Hancock for the free ball. Thanks for Mancuso, big swing and kill.
Boy, Mancuso. Wow, just nailing the line shot. Again, she's hitting over top of Micah Hancock, who's only 5'11". She accelerates, gets well over the blocker's hands, and just nails it down the line.
Hancock runs it down. McClendon this time. Hook out of system. This gets a pass over to Brookheist, who sends it over. Grant on the slide. Set by Brookheist this time. Mancuso can't put it away. Micah puts a swing on it, but she sends it long. Audrey, we go to Twitter for a question. Twitter.com/BTN Volleyball. Question, of course, we'll have coming up later in the match. Follow us on Twitter. You can ask Audrey anything about the match. Lauren Cook, the 2009 ABCA National Freshman of the Year, Big 12 Newcomer of the Year last season. Could get another accolade in the Big 10 this year. And a great setter for the Huskers. Brookheist, tap back down by McClendon.
Well, the thing about Cook is you got to expect the unexpected, and Penn State does. They're camped out here. There you see McClendon not dropping off to play defense, but rather stays at the net to block. So they know that Lauren Cook likes to set behind when she's moving forward.
Cook goes to Mancuso. McClendon, great up by Dykstra. Worth sends over a free ball. Inside to Slay. She can't put it away. Cook now to Tramer. McClendon this time stuck by Tramer.
Wow, great defensive plays in the backcourt. Hannah Worth shown why she was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year back there, but then McClendon trying to get the kill to stop this rally. Wasn't able to do it. She ran into a big Nebraska block.
Russ Rose unhappy with the officials after that sequence. Might have been looking for a double touch call against Nebraska. Point either way, though, goes to the Huskers. It's tied at 11 in set 2. Hancock to McClendon again. This time to touch off the block. Worth with the tap, looking for that back row. Continuing to look to McClendon. Pancake by the Huskers. They can't send it over. Point goes to Penn State.
Hats off to Nebraska's defense, going hard, but take a look at this little change-up shot there. Again, they play so deep because she's going, or trying to go high off the blocker's hands when she has all those hands in front of her. And she sees that, so a nice heads-up play by Deja McClendon to recognize where the defense is and go around it.
Number 5 for Deja McClendon. Work, stuck. A battle of blocks in Rec Hall.